Hey everybody, Chris Boyd here with something more for you. You know, it's hard to believe, but I was thinking today, started working from home because it was 2 years ago that the whole state, certainly most of the country, started to shut down. And our company, AMR, did as well. We were suddenly in a position where, because of the virus, the coronavirus, the novel coronavirus at the time, we were forced suddenly to rethink how we do business and try to do things in a way that was um, remote and yet could continue to serve our clientele. Lots of businesses and schools weren't in the same position. They suddenly had to shut down and close. And it's been a very difficult time. And I started thinking about 2 years, what we've been through. When you think about all the healthcare workers and the demands that have been placed upon them, those essential workers that kept us going with grocery stores and boxes coming to the house. And when we started out, we'd go to get the groceries, and if there were things on the shelves, we wiped every box down, and we were making makeshift masks. Not everybody walked around with their face mask covering. And it was a scary time. It was some challenging concerns. What was ahead of us, and how would things turn out? Businesses went under, and certainly we lost many people, and lots of people became very sick. And yet, over time, our response from science and government helped to get through some of these issues when it came to scientists creating treatments and eventually vaccines. And then, we had the Fed backstopping, making sure our financial system continued to work. When it came to the unemployed or businesses that were at risk, there were some resources. Maybe in some cases people worry too much, but ultimately there was some communal response that really helped us get through some of these times. And the reason I talk about this today is to kind of remind us all, here we are 2 years later. And, at the time, by the way, we gathered up our kids from school, and my son, who was living in New York City, where it was thought to be an epicenter at the start, everyone came home for a while, and we worked remotely together, not knowing what was going to come of all this. But, in the end, here we are now, a couple of years later, and markets have rebounded to a large extent, and then some. When it comes to the economy, it's stronger than it was, though not without its current issues and frustrations. Most people are either vaccinated or immune, perhaps, from having had the virus. We certainly lost a lot of friends, family, people we've been, touched in one form or another. Almost everyone's had some contact with. They've known people who've died or been affected by the disease. But, here we are, and largely recovered, largely on the other side of this, and in a position where, if we have more variants, just a few months ago we had the Omicron variant, and it seemed like, now we're at a position where sicknesses have diminished, hospitalizations have diminished, deaths are significantly declined. We seem like we're probably largely on the other side of this. Maybe there'll be more variants and so forth, but I don't think we're going to have the same disruption, the same economic consequence, because most people have some level of immunization at this point. So I think we got to celebrate the good stuff a little bit. We're on the plus side of this, and as much as there are always going to be worries in front of us, and today there's plenty to be focused on with all that's happening with inflation or Eastern Europe and so forth. I think just want to encourage people to have a sense of perspective and positivity that, given some time, we get to the other side. And, we're an innovative and positive people, and we can accomplish many things. So, in any case, just encourage you to try to focus on the positives, and one more, keep striving for something more. Thanks.